next video, I am going to make you understand about the structural organization of the cell. In last two videos, I have explained about the cell, given introduction about the cell, and even I made you video of cell theory, different shapes and sizes of the cell. In this video, I am going to make you understand about the structural organization of the cell. Means what? How these cells are made up of. What are the structural organization? What are the parts of the cell? A generalized animal cell is broadly formed of three major parts. An animal cell is formed of three major parts. What are those parts? They are plasma membrane or cell membrane. What is the first one? Plasma membrane or cell membrane. The second one is cytoplasm. This is the another part, and one more part called nucleus. These are the parts of the structural part of an animal cell. These are the structural part of an animal cell. But in plant cell, there is a minor difference in plant cell. Plant cell have also the same structures. They also have the same structure, but they are two more structures added. And what are those structures? They are cell wall, the external most part, and large vacuole. And these two are not found in animal cell. These two are not found in animal cell. So now this I am going to make you understand with the help of diagram. See, this is what the animal cell. This is what animal cell. In this animal cell, this is called plasma or cell membrane. Plasma membrane or cell membrane. Right inside it, this is a fluid which is found, a jelly-like structure which is found called cytoplasm. It is the major part of the cell. And right in between of the animal cell, there is a dense structure called nucleus. What it is called? Nucleus. Right now I told you in an animal cell there are three major parts, and these are the three major parts. The outermost covering, plasma membrane or cell membrane. Then there is a dense structure right in between the cell called nucleus, and a jelly-like fluid found inside the cell membrane called cytoplasm. But in plant cell, two more structures are there which are not found in animal cell. This is what the external most covering of the plant cell is called cell wall. What it is called? It is called cell wall. Means what? This is cell wall, and cell membrane and plasma membrane is the second layer of the plant cell. It is the second layer of the plant cell. Nucleus is not found in between the plant cell. Nucleus is found at the side of the plant cell. At the side of the plant cell. Here. Why? Because it has a large food vacuole. It has a large vacuole. It has a large vacuole which occupies most of the space of the cell. Most of the internal space is occupied by the vacuole. That is why nucleus is at the side in plant cell. Not in animal cell, in plant cell. So let us know about plasma membrane or cell membrane. So one by one I will explain about the structure of this all and function of these parts of the animal cell and plant cell. Let us start with the animal cell. First part I called you, right now I told you plasma membrane or cell membrane. Plasma membrane or cell membrane. This is the outermost covering, and they are semi-permeable membrane. Semi-permeability means what? They allow selective substances to pass through. Not all the substances to get in or go out. Selected substances can pass through this plasma or cell membrane. It provides shapes to the cell. It provides shape to the cell. Right now I have told you that this is what the covering, outermost covering. Is it providing the shape of the cell or not, to the cell or not? So it provides shape to the cell. It protects internal environment. It protects internal or inner contents. It protects inner contents from the external environment. These all are the characteristics of plasma membrane and cell membrane. Plasma membrane and cell membrane. It acts like a mechanical barrier. It acts like a mechanical barrier. How? Due to this plasma membrane or this cell membrane, it never let the substances get out or never let the harmful substances get in the cell. So it is the mechanical barrier also. This is what cell membrane or this is what plasma membrane. So we can say that it maintains the internal environment. It maintains the internal environment. We need to know how substances move in and out of the cell. Means what? How this plasma membrane allow the substances to move in and out the cell. And this I will explain you with the help of pictures. This I am going to make you understand with the help of pictures. Why? Because there are some processes of letting the substances go out and in. They are osmosis, they are diffusion, they are phagocytosis or endocytosis. So let us know about these all one by one. The main function of plasma membrane is to selectively control the entry and exit of substances inside and outside the cell. And this is done by three processes: diffusion, osmosis, endocytosis and phagocytosis. What is this diffusion? Diffusion is the spontaneous movement of particles of a substance in gaseous form or liquid form from a higher concentration level to the lower concentration region until uniformity is achieved at both the ends. ये तब तक मूवमेंट होता रहता है जब तक कि दोनों ही तरफ यूनिफॉर्मिटी ना हो जाए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी कैन टेक द एग्जाम्पल exchange of gases between blood cells and the tissues. Now what is osmosis? Osmosis is the movement of water molecules, and do you know osmosis is also called special kind of diffusion. It is also called special kind of diffusion in which the movement of water molecules through a selectively permeable membrane. So osmotic solution and types of osmosis. What do we mean by osmotic solution and types of osmosis? Means what? What will happen if any cell is kept in a different types of osmotic solutions? In the different types of osmotic solutions. What are these solutions? These solutions are based on the concentration of solute in water. And the solution can be related to the cell as isotonic, hypotonic and hypertonic. What is this isotonic? If a cell is placed in isotonic solution, then what will happen? In both the sides, water molecules will not pass. Neither it will go inside the cell nor outside the cell. Why? Because in both the sides, the solution is of having same concentration level. So no movement will be there. So what will happen? Neither cell will shrink nor swell. What will happen if the cell is placed in hypotonic solution? If a cell is placed in a hypotonic solution, then the cell will gain water. The cell will gain water by osmosis and the cell swells up. Why? Because more water molecules enter the cell than will leave. So resulting in the movement of water inside the cell. And this process of movement of water inside the cell is called endoosmosis. Now what is hypertonic solution? If the two osmotic solutions The one having more solute, less water. Then do you know what happened? If a cell is placed in hypertonic solution, then the cell will lose water. More water molecules leave the cell, then will enter. So resulting in the overall movement of water molecules of the cell. And the cell will shrink and reduce its volume. This process is known as exoosmosis. This process is also called exoosmosis. What is the importance of osmosis? You know, root absorbs water from soil by this process only, by the process of osmosis. What is passive and active transport? The movement of molecules by diffusion or osmosis is called passive transport. Why? Because in such kind of transportation, not any energy is released. No energy is required. Then what is active transport? Active transport is the movement of substances against the concentration gradients is called active transport, and for this a good amount of energy is needed. Good amount of energy is needed. So what do we mean by endocytosis and phagocytosis? Endocytosis refers the process of taking stuff into cell in bulk, and phagocytosis is the form of endocytosis. Almost same. Used to take solid particles into the cell by engulfing them. For example, amoeba. What amoeba does? How it takes its food? It surrounds the food with its pseudopodia. Which is flexible and engulf its food. So this is what the process known as phagocytosis. So today's video is of plasma membrane, its function and different types of transportation of substances inside and outside the cells. In my next video, I will be explaining about nucleus and cytoplasm. So please subscribe and write the comment. Thank you all of you.